Hey, I'm David. I play in Heaven's Gate. We're excited to be playing with While She Sleeps on November 30th at Stay Gold here in Melbourne. I'm here with Lawrence and Aaron from While She Sleeps, and you're watching Good Things Brings. First of all, how's it going, guys? How are
Yeah, good. Thanks, bro. Chilling. Doing all right. Looking
Good.
forward to getting over there and playing some shows, to be honest.
you? Excellent.
Ready to get into the Australian summer because it's very cold over here.
Yeah, what is the?
I feel like we all got the beanie memo, which is cool.
Yeah, you guys are going to the beanie convention as well when you get here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
first thing we do.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Look, I know we talked about this just quickly offline, but I do quickly want to say that this is kind of nostalgic for me because I first heard you guys when you dropped Crows back in '09, and I listened to The North Stands for Nothing like to death.
Fuck yeah.
Actually a huge inspiration to me for when I was starting to get into bands and starting my first band. So first of all, thank you for what has been 17 years now of this crazy ride. It probably doesn't feel like 17 years, but look, I saw you guys as well when you came to Oz on the Crooked Teeth tour in 2012, which was with House vs Hurricane, you guys, North Lane, and Heights as well. And
Yeah.
I guess leading into that, like in that period, in that 3 years of like when you drop Crows and when you drop, North Stands for Nothing, what was that 3 year grinding period like? How was that? And then getting overseas and doing stuff, what was that process like?
Yeah, I think that first, I mean, we've been a band since 2006, and we were like grinding locally for like 3 years before Loz joined the band. And then when Loz joined, we kind of like kicked it all into overdrive, and we were like, how are we going to make this band successful? And I remember like we all quit all our jobs in 2009, moved into the barn. I don't know how we died, how we didn't die, because we were just like partying. And I think when we look back at the actual statistics of recording, we recorded for like 12 seconds a day or something. That's like it. What we were making band a priority, but we were kind of like making like us like as a group of people and figuring out who we were as people and the drinking side of things. We were making that priority too, and then just yeah, from like recording that album to coming over to Australia and recording This Is the Six in that time as well, and getting signed to a label and getting signed to a management. It was just all the most chaotic, crazy ride of like a 3 year period. We like won Best British Newcomer at Kerrang Awards too, and it just felt like that classic like when you like look at like band fucking like documentaries and or like biopics or whatever, it really feels like it was one of those things where it's like, oh my god, it was just like we just strapped ourselves in and it was just like we were fucking going, and it was crazy, man. It was crazy, and yeah, we went to so many places in that 3 years that we never thought we would go. And when we found out we were going to Australia, we were just like, it's just a dream come true for us. And I remember that tour being pretty fucking wild as well. Just like to have like North Lane on it and stuff, who are like such a big monumental name in Australia now. Like it was a very special time, I think. And we did like 2 weeks. We did like all the B markets and everything. It was fucking crazy. So it was cool that you were there too. Which one did you go to?
I went to the Tempo Hotel in Brisbane.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
I got my
Crazy.
my white WSS logo shirt. I've still got it somewhere in a
Fuck
cupboard.
yeah.
And a heights singlet that had the old like varsity logo or something. I think it was. I've still
Yeah.
10
Yeah.
years.
But yeah, it was the
Um,
wildest time, man. It was the wildest time, and it was things happened just so quick.
mm,
Like to think of like how short a period of time it was. Everything happened so quick.
mm, mm.
So
Obviously, I mean, like you guys have been now here. You've been here a lot of times now over the past 10, 11 years since then. Um, it seems like honestly only like a couple of weeks ago that you were here with Loathe, like in 2022, when you did a 170 Russell and that gig. I was at that gig. That was wild as well. It's just gone like super fast for me anyway. Um, when you guys come over here, like, do you guys have a list of things that you look forward to doing here other than the weather, or like, do you have any like places you like to eat or anything? Or like, yeah, what do you guys love about coming?
When we first came over from the UK, we were all vegetarian, so there was this big thing where it not really clicked so much in the UK, and we were all just always buzzing to get to Lord of the Fries. And I remember at that point as well, I don't think Lord of the Fries was as big, so we always made a beeline to get there and made sure the veggies and vegans could have some like disgustingly good food. That was always like something we wanted to do, but I don't know. I think that we just, as a band, I think we just click with Australia. Like it's kind of similar to the UK, just feels like a lot better. Like obviously the weather's a massive factor, and I love being in the hot weather. So for me, it's the people that we meet when we come over there that we have so much fun with, and that I think that's always been the case, and why we're always excited to be in Australia. It's just, yeah, I personally think the place is amazing, no matter where you kind of are. Almost, you know what I mean? Like we always have a great time, and yeah, just love getting out there to people. But you know, we've done all the things before, like trying to see the sights, you know, like Opera House and all those different things. But yeah, we just love being out there. It's always a good time.
Yeah, you guys done the koala thing?
Yeah, we've done that. Yeah.
Excellent.
I was sure that this koala was going to tear my face up, like it was horrendous. But they're scary, I think.
Oh, dude, the only reason they're not incredibly violent is because of the eucalyptus leaves that they eat, and it just makes them super docile, which is because they're nasty. They're nasty, dude. We got some nasty.
Yeah, they definitely are. Yeah, we did that in 2012, like the first time, and I have not done it since. Because I was like, one dose of koala in a lifetime, I think is. I was like, I'm held it once, that's all right. You know.
Yeah, fair enough.
I remember being the last in the line, so we're all queuing up to sort of hold the koala and have a photo and that kind of thing. And I was the last in the line, and you could every time the koala was passed to another band member, you could see it getting a slightly bit more agitated. So when I was the last in the line, I remember just thinking, he actually like it had its claws, you call it claws or paws or whatever, on my shoulder. And it actually like turned and stared me in the face. And I was like, this thing is going to like attack me. I was like, get this thing away from me. Like,
crazy. You got to be careful, man. Got to be careful.
Yeah.
Have you guys been to, actually, speaking of vegetarian and vegan food, have you guys been to the Cornish Arms when you've been here in Melbourne?
I don't know.
It's just down the road from Stay Gold. I'll point you in the right direction.
Yeah, please do, man. Yeah.
You guys are still any veggies or vegans and even meat eaters. There's really good food there.
Yeah,
but yeah, just down the road from Stay Gold. So turning towards like, you know, the festival and you guys coming out here and stuff like that, how keen are you guys for these shows and the festival and everything that's happening?
What was the question? Sorry.
So how keen are you guys just for Good Things Festival? Is there any bands that you're keen to see? You know, yeah,
like we've been trying to like rip off Biscuit with our newest single, so be stoked to meet those guys and get a bit more inspiration from them. No, like obviously love Biscuits since being young, so they're like obviously one to watch on that festival, and I really like the fun that they're having as well at the moment on stage. It seems like they're just, you know, with all the kind of weird get up, and which they always have done, but weird get up and dad vibes and that kind of things, like seems like a lot of fun. So we myself and Aaron were just looking over the festival, and there's a lot of stuff in there. It's a very diverse lineup, and I think for feeling like we're going to be in the sunshine when it's cold in the UK, and then looking at the list of bands, I think it's just going to make for like a really like good day, like a chill time, and we're excited to, you know, see a bit of Biscuit and we've got some friends out there. Yeah, I'm gonna say we've got some friends out there, Enter Shikari and Bullet for My Valentine, and I got really into one of the Plotty New records a couple of years back, and we bumped into them in some American festivals a while back, and the guy can sing, so it'll be good to see those guys as well and watch them play. So yeah, just stoked to be over in some sunshine, I think, and enjoy the festival.
Yeah, awesome. When it comes, so obviously, festivals and like the side shows that you guys are doing, the festival stages are going to be huge, and then the side shows, they, you know, these are all sub 500 cap venues. How do you guys approach whether it's the set or whether it's like the way that you guys just approach the gig, and then knowing it's going to be a more intimate venue as opposed to a big stage venue? You guys obviously, like, you've played big stages now, and like, you know, you're playing the 170 Russell last time I saw you guys. Are you guys looking forward to playing like a more intimate lower cap venue again? Because I think it's going to get wild, dude. Like, it's going to get crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Go on, lads.
No, I think that in terms of like preparing for that, I think that, you know, although we are playing bigger stages now, we'd never let go of that sort of smaller, sweaty punk rock vibe. And I think we enjoy it just as much as a big open air kind of feel as well. So I think that for the most part, like, we just let the energy sort of do what it does. Obviously, you know, we feed off the energy of the crowd massively. And if they're going off, then sort of we'll be going off as well. So I think for a bit of it, you know, we know what to expect. We love those punk rock shows, and I think it's going to feel good to be flip flopping between both. You know, it keeps us on our toes in terms of how we work a stage. And like you say, those smaller venues, when it's just so crammed in and hot and sweaty, just, you know, people let go of everything at that point. You know, there's no one trying to stand around looking cool. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's just in there together, and yeah, and we feel the same. Like, just let go of it and have a really great time.
Yeah, cool. Do you guys have like there's just a little thing here. Do you guys have like a top 5 like must-have tour essentials things? But I mean, we've all got the beanie memo, but like, is there anything that you guys have to have 100% on tour, otherwise you just lose your mind?
Not really. I feel like every time like a new tour comes up, we all like in the group chat, we're always like, I think I forgot how to pack for tour. Like, it feels like we're really shit tourers when it comes to like packing stuff. Obviously, like, headphones, that is a must, because you need to be able to like zone out and like listen to stuff in your bunk, or like when you're on a flight or whatever. Let's curate the list together, Loz. So I'm gonna say headphones.
Yeah.
Okay, now you go.
Well,
so I can.
For me, I've had like vocal problems pretty much my whole life. I think I'm built in a way where I just bump into these different things, and I need to be like always be on top of like my vocal health. So one thing that I need to take, I've got a Dr. Nelson's like vintage steamer, and that's something that I cannot leave without, really, because I think that for anyone that doesn't know, like, who is a vocalist that might be watching this, I think that steaming is one of those things that can really, really help give your vocal cords the moisture that they need. And this thing that I've got is really cool. It really helps. And so that's one of my things. So we've got headphones and my vocal steamer so far.
Headphones, steamer. I'm gonna say like laptop, because a lot of us like work like remotely. Like, I do like a lot of like filming stuff on the side, and usually like before I go on tour, I've probably like filmed like a bunch of projects, and like I need to edit on the road. I know Sean's always fucking mixing and creating music on the road. You can't get that guy to stop to save his life. So yeah, headphones, steamer, laptop.
I'm gonna say running shoes. I think for me, getting a bit of headspace and working out is like absolutely key for mental health. And I've, over the last few years, really gotten into being able to just bang some running shoes on and go and see a bit of the town or the city that we're in. And it just makes me feel great and keeps my health up. So yeah, running shoes for me.
Okay, so for the last one, I'm going to stay in the feet department. And this is going to probably be a new one, and I've not just discovered, I've known about them, but fucking, I've just invested in some Crocs, right? And they're fucking awesome. I'm like, I was dead against them for so long, so I'm like, what the fuck are they like on people's feet? Until you try them on, they're like the most comfiest thing, and especially when you go in like fucking running mode and you put the little tab thing, the little
when you drop them down for a big convertible.
Yeah. Oh, dude, like I can imagine that they're going to become quite an essential. Like, I'm probably just going to be Croc guy from here on in. To be honest, really comfy. Like when we were shooting the self-help video, actually, is when I just like found how comfy they were, because they were long fucking day shoots. And I remember getting, like, we still had a few hours left, but it was like we were there for like 10 hours, and my feet were just killing me because I was like behind the camera a lot as well. And Joe, who we had out with us, who's a good friend of mine and Loz's, he was like, "Do you want to put my Crocs on?" And I begrudgingly said yes, because he was like, "You should put them on." And as soon as I put them on, all aches and pains just alleviated. But now I'm like, I'm invested.
It was Joe that got me my first pair of Crocs. He must be working for him or something.
Yeah, I think he's on commission.
Performance
Yeah. Crocs, I imagine are going to be well in for me.
Yeah. I want to obviously quickly, because you guys have just recently dropped the title track to the upcoming album in March, Self Hell. You guys in the releases that you've done, I found that the sound obviously has just always evolved, but it's always stayed like the core While She Sleeps sound, which is really interesting to me, because you guys you still maintain that While She Sleeps character. What I noticed with Self Hell was there's so much interesting, cool stuff going on, and then you've got things like that analog synth going, and then Aaron with the work that you do on the director side as well, and then Loz, I know that you're involved with that, as you know, on the acting and like eye to eye and stuff like that as well.
Yeah,
I found the video was like juxtaposed visually with like there was such these bright colors and like fun dancing and pop and stuff like that compared to like the lyrical content. Was that like a conscious choice? How do you guys approach that from a musical perspective and then visually as well?
I think with like Self Hell, like the video, we just wanted to have fun, and we were racking our brains at what we could do. And I feel like, you know, we touched on it at the start of this interview. We've been a band for 17 years now. If you look at our back catalog of videos, I feel like we've just done everything we could possibly do, you know, in terms of like tonally and how the visuals look. So we were just like, you know what, let's just fucking go balls out, flamboyant, and just let's just have fucking dancers in there and just fucking all our friends just having fun. And that's what we kind of just wanted to do. We just wanted to do that and just, yeah, just break away from anything that we felt like we've done visually before. And
yeah,
we got laser in there as well.
Sorry, say again.
We got laser laws in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that the feeling of the song was just kind of like we wanted to keep that positive message going, and I think we've had an undercurrent of that through our songs in the past, where it's like you know, the world can be a bit shit and life can be a bit shit sometimes, but we're kind of all in this together, so let's almost like celebrate how shit things can be, and sort of the praise the love inside of us line is just kind of like pointing people to that thing of like we feel it too, you know, no one's kind of alone in that sense or emotion, and we just wanted to portray that energy. Like I think that with this record in particular, we understand more that we are entertainers, and we want different people to be able to interact with our band and take different things from it. So I think for us it was about having fun and interjecting more of that sort of synthy, like vintage synth kind of vibe, sort of promoted that feeling of like you don't just have to be spin kicking and punching people in the face to this music or the genre. Like we want people to have fun in any way, shape, or form at our shows, and I think that was just us kind of branching that idea out even further and just making it understood that we do want to spread a positive message and hope that people jump on board with that and enjoy that feeling at our live shows. So I think the flamboyant colors of the video almost like referenced the lyrics in terms of staying positive and trying to promote wellness.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome. I'm getting told we need to wrap up. I just wanted to say, yeah, I've always got that feeling from While She Sleeps. You guys have such a great sense of community, and there's this introspective like lyricism to it that is very focused on mental health and stuff like that. And then it is a positive message. So that's one thing that I love about you guys as well. So it's not lost. And I don't think it's lost on any of the fans either.
Awesome.
So
Just as a note, like I checked out your band. You're going to be playing with us on the sideshow, right?
Yeah, we will.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so it sounds great, man. So looking forward to sharing the stage
Thanks.
with you, and yeah, be cool.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, looking forward to it. That show's gonna be really mental.